I don't know if we're live.
Oh yeah, when we do go live, I'd say we should chill for like 30
Yeah, yeah,
seconds at
have
least.
to.
Yeah.
I would say we'd chill for like 45 minutes, let people fill in.
Word. Word. Okay. I'll go get my cooler.
All right, live on YouTube.
Should I share it?
Let's keep
Should
them
I
waiting.
share it on Twitter? Let me share,
I'm gonna retweet it right now.
share. Yeah. Oh, we got
And
hot
put on
topic.
Instagram.
We got the hot topics. Oh,
Motherfucker.
All right.
we
Um,
live, baby.
Mac, you want to keep an eye on like Twitter for questions that may come up?
Yeah, and then I got the card pulled up if you want me to kind of run us through the card and get your
Yeah, we'll
guys'
do that. I
takes.
want to do some, but I do want to do some fan engagement stuff because this is the first
Oh
time we've
no,
gone live. I
100%.
want
Yeah,
to
I got
answer.
that
Yeah,
unlocked.
I'm talking about like answering some questions and shit.
Yeah, I got my PC pulled up so I can read Twitter here and
Garrett, would you shut the fuck up, please? We're live. I can.
the disrespect. Garrett, do you have eyes on the YouTube chat or do you need me to?
I've got it. There's 3 people watching, so I think we're
Okay.
Oh,
okay
what's
right now.
up?
What's
What's up?
up?
We got some people in the house.
Let's get it going.
We got some hot topics to talk about today. I can't do this and share this on Instagram at the same time on working here, but hot topics, man. Oh, Murphy beat Josh Emmett.
Oh,
I saw one highlight and it was Josh Emmett getting a
yeah.
takedown, I think.
Yeah, when he picked him up, he picked his ass up like the highest. That was like some Matt Hughes, like Carlos Newton type shit. His ass was like clearing the top of the cage. Like he could have tossed him over. That should be a dub.
That should be a dub. Why is that
It,
not a dub?
it should be. I mean, how do
What?
you no can defend?
Mike, text Hunter Campbell right now and say, look, you guys need to intro the new rule. If you throw the guy out of the fucking cage, it's like old WWE, man. You fucking win automatically.
I thought I think Tank Abbott literally tried to do
He
that back in
did.
the
That's a good
day.
call.
They
Who did
said
do
that
that to?
if you get them out of the cage, you win. And he
Fuck, why not?
tried to toss that guy over.
Oh, I remember what you're talking
Wow,
about. That's a
dude.
sick shot.
I feel like I remember being in the UFC and somebody asked that question like, "Oh, if we throw them out of the cage, do we win?" And they
I've
said,
never
"Yes."
thought of that, but it should be an automatic fucking win. Yes.
So
And then you'd
wait,
have all those
someone got
grapplers.
thrown out of the cage?
No, that's the takedown you're talking about. When Josh
Oh,
Emmett picked him up, like he had him like almost on top of his head like a basket, dude. Like he had him. That was crazy. It wasn't even a fireman carry. He was like even higher than that. His entire waist cleared the top of the cage.
Friday had a good BKFC fight, and
Yep.
then Saturday had BKFC fights, and then uh Saturday night UFC. Uh Shout out to Finney. He's a shark out there at Fusion XL, man. 185, 11 and 0. He's like 5'8"
He's
or
like five.
five foot
Yeah, I
nine.
think he's 5'6".
And I
Wide,
mean
wide or tall?
Wide.
Yeah.
thick.
Oh, you don't know who that
That's
is?
a thick
Back?
ass
Oh yeah,
boy.
motherfucker's
Oh,
like this, bro. He's built
yeah,
like
dude.
this.
They might cut him after one win. I mean, it's just I don't know. I hope they
How
don't.
he chose to attack the fight.
That's what they're saying, yeah, because that was like
I
his issue in Dana White Contender Series.
I
Now he
get what you're
comes,
Ah, yeah.
saying,
yeah.
but
But
he's
I say keep
short.
him. If he's winning, he's winning. Like
He
let him.
fights to win. I don't get rid of people who win just because their style isn't your favorite.
All right, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this for a minute though. I was talking with my trainer this morning, and I said I feel like UFC is losing a little bit of the luster,
Mm,
right? The excitement at least, and a lot of people are complaining. Like hardcore fans are complaining. The fights just aren't very exciting. You know, is the UFC dead? Is it not? Now look, it's a lot of hyperbole. We know it's not dead, but at the
Mm.
same time, you've got a major shift to the wrestling aspect of it, right? Where it's just they just don't produce as exciting of fights, but Dana has to try to do something, but there's only so much that you can do, right? Because if you're the UFC, you have to say, we're going to take the 2 best guys, lock them in a fucking cage, shut the door, and the best one comes out. And we really can't have any decision on how they come out, right, or how they win that fight. But one way that Dana can do that is to put his finger on some of these guys, right? What was the guy that they got rid of a month or two ago?
Oh, Makaev. Yeah,
What,
he was like
7-0, something like that.
like
Fucking
undefeated.
UFC,
Yeah,
5-0.
yeah, he
And they were
deserves to
like,
be in the
"You're
UFC.
done."
Yeah,
Like, you're done. You know.
Didn't they get rid of Habib's guy?
that I think that's who you're thinking
Oh,
of.
that's who we're
Yes.
talking
He's
about.
a grappler like that. Yeah, he went over and fought an Eagle. He swept some dude, won real quick. He's gonna come back. He's gonna come back, I think. And it wasn't when they let him go. It wasn't just his fighting style. It was also like he was apparently just like fucking a shithead to work with. He's like younger, undefeated, and super entitled. You know, maybe it's a learning curve for him. They booted him out. He gets his shit right, comes back. Who knows? But yeah, you're right, Bags. Makaev.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just using that as the example, right? And like you were just saying, maybe they cut Finney, right, after that win. Maybe they do, because that's really the only thing that Dana can do right now to try to bring the sport to a little more excitement, whether it's stand up or whatever, is by cutting these guys early and often that are just boring fighters, even if they're fucking good.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I feel like part of their jobs, like, you know, sometimes fighters come in and we want to have that chip on our shoulder and we want to be, you know, have dreams and to be the best or the most popular and most exciting or whatever. And sometimes they, you know, when you show up to take your pictures or do certain things, instead of treating you like this up high celeb status guy who has a chance to be those things, they really dumb it down and make you realize, like, oh, everything is normal. We all have jobs to do, and I got to play my part. They got to play theirs. And, like, if they're having a bad day, you know, that's not the day you're fighting. You're fighting in a day or two from now. You're doing all your media stuff. And then, you know, you have to, and some people make it through that. They don't think about it too much, and they really do become that star that you see in the UFC. There's a few. I lost you a little bit there.
No, I'm following you. I'm following you. I get it.
well,
I
I've
do have
kind
a
of
question.
touched on
Go ahead.
It's good
this
to
with
be
each.
entitled sometimes.
I think everyone should be a little entitled. But okay, I feel like we've touched on this with multiple of the older kind of goats we've had on here, and then some of the newer guys. Like I asked Rashad and you know Matt Serra, and a lot of these guys had the same question. And when we had David Benavidez on here, I asked him. I think there's like three things: the ESPN deal watered down UFC product where they don't have to try as much. Like Dana's out doing power boxing and then now starting his own boxing. It's like he has his own little thing. He's going to pass off the UFC to Hunter. I'm not saying Dana doesn't care anymore, but when you have a quota, we just have to put on this many cards. It doesn't matter how many pay-per-view buys we get because we're getting an, you know, set contracted amount of money from ESPN just to put this shit on. I think the ESPN deal has definitely kind of tainted the water a little bit. Then two is what Rampage Jackson and like Rashad said about this era of fighters. Like Mike, you would have fit in perfect back then in the Chuck Liddell days when people got in there and just fucking bit down and bang. But for whatever reason, the industry doesn't really produce those stars anymore. And I think that goes like the third thing, like Paulie Malignaggi's talking about. Should the fighters get more? Fuck yes. But should they get
I
paid
don't
what
know
boxers
though.
are getting
But they,
paid? No.
but they do. Like the card this weekend, Diego Lopez has remained super humble and chill, and he's blowing up. And I mean, with this fight this weekend against Volk, his possibilities can skyrocket there.
But he's one of the guys that Dana likes and rewards, like you, because he's always in there fucking throwing down, though.
Yes.
That's the difference. Like, it's less than 2 years. This is like his seventh fight. Yeah, he's getting shoot in because he shows the fuck up.
So, Mike, when we were having this conversation, it was me and Redbeard, Carl, this morning, and he's in the room right now. But we were having this conversation. He brought up Diego Lopez, right? He's like, there's only so much that Dana can do, right? But does Diego really deserve that title shot because he's the best contender, or is he getting that title shot because he's the most exciting fighter to be put in front of Volk, right?
I mean, a little bit of both. It's hard to say that he's not a great contender when he hasn't. He's performed in the ring like Tom Aspinall. You haven't even seen that much of him because he gets it done. And there's also another guy on the card, Paredes. He's you know, he's fun and exciting, and he knocks people out. And you know, that fight with Ian Gary is interesting because Paredes is a lot of. I'm excited. I want to see like what happens with the guy who smokes cigarettes and drinks whiskey, and he's fighting Ian Gary, who comes with a plan.
Shout out Ian for taking that fight, dude. He has shown as much shit people talked about him when he came in, bro. He's taking nasty fights. Yeah.
Jeff tore his ACL. It's karma for kicking me in the face. It's karma. He kicked me like that. He made me think that we were gonna brawl. And
If you don't know, Mike can hold a grudge for at least a decade plus.
No, Drake says, bro, we hold grudges, bro.
That's right.
For life.
Well, so what do you guys think about Lerone Murphy? Because like that goes into kind of what we're talking about, dude. Like that on paper was a fight as a hardcore fan. I'm like, okay, I'll fuck with this. Like, this is a good fight. And then Lerone reminds me a lot of like Leon. And it's not because they're both from England. It's just like the way they fight. There's like no urgency to really hurt anybody. Like, did he win? Yeah, kind of. But like, Josh was the one moving forward the whole time. I don't know, man. You have a star issue right now with the UFC big time.
There's a star issue. There's a style issue, in my opinion, is what causes the star issue.
Mm-hmm.
Because look, you're a much more hardcore fan than I am. I will pick and choose which UFC cards I watch, right? You're just gonna watch it every fucking time.
Yeah.
If you're at the house, you're gonna watch it. I'm not.
Ain't nothing to do in Albuquerque.
Keeps him from cooking meth all day.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But what I'm saying is, right, is it's a style issue because now this weekend in Miami, I want to see this card. I want to see fucking Volk and Diego go after it, right? There's a storyline here. Is Volk chinny or can Volk be great again? Diego's an exciting style. I want to see that. The last couple of cards, they haven't intrigued me. And it's because I don't want to watch two motherfuckers dry hump for fucking 3 rounds. I'm just not into it.
Where's the chat? To anyone watching, I wasn't just ignoring you guys and on my phone. I was trying to get more people in here to know that we're live, so I sent it to my IG. Sorry, Josh, to step on your toes there.
No, not at all, buddy.
Want to talk to the live chat. It's a little different that we're live. I feel like I Show Speed right now. He's been killing it in China.
It's like, hey, Mike, it's exactly like I Show Speed, except for he has like 3 million people on his live and we have 7. But it's exactly like it otherwise.
No, I think like one time he hit 1 million live at a time. And he probably is at like 2 or 3 now. But him and Kai Cenat, there was like clips. I always catch the clips. I don't even know where to watch their stuff.
No, me
at.
either. Yeah.
Like, where do you want it?
Can I ask you, could you maybe do a backflip or something for us to get this chat going?
You want to jump over one of your cars?
Yeah. Dude, jump over the bookcase in your library. If he doesn't fucking backflip. If he breaks his neck, it's not on me.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh fuck.
He's probably sitting in a small fucking room. He's gonna fucking land on the desk.
Well, look, guys. Anyone on Twitter want to throw questions to Perry? It looks like he's ready to fucking go. Drop him here. I'll read them off.
Ah! This doesn't make sense.
Is he?
He's about to. He's about to. He's got it. He's
his
got
knees
it.
look like he's gonna commit.
He's got to get hyped up. Got to get hyped up.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. I'm watching.
Look,
You hear the don't do it.
Don't do it.
Hey, chat says you got to do it. Chat. The chat is now exploding. They said you got to do it.
The
Mike.
chat says no balls.
Latori, he'll be
Steve
fine.
just broke his shit, but
He'll be fine, Latori.
I don't want to fuck up my stuff.
Put down some like couch.
Are you okay? Oh my gosh. Dude.
That was better than I expected. I'll say that.
How'd the hat stay on? That's impressive.
Cause I got a big
That is
head.
better than I expected.
That's my
Mike
wife.
Perry with a something.
That's my wife.
Hitting
How
the
big my
GSP
head is.
backflip. That was tight.
All right, chat. That was for y'all.
Well, look,
I
you don't get
told-
him talking if we start talking about some fights. What do you think about Lerone Murphy's performance there, Mike? Whenever you're ready. And you, Bags.
I didn't
Sorry,
watch it.
I'm
Mike's
soaked
probably
in my
Mike's
wounds.
probably got Lattori getting ice for him.
Soaked in my wounds. These marble floors are hard, dude.
It's hard living. Hey, it's hard living
Life's
in
so
that
hard.
lifestyle with the marble floors.
Who?
What'd you think about the fights? You watched the fights this weekend?
Yeah, I watched some, man. I thought my favorite fight of the weekend was Sabah Hamasi versus this. Sorry, bro. Short Mexican dude. He was a little thick, little chunk, but like he was tough as heck. He couldn't see in like the first or the second round. His eye was swole shut. Sabah hit him with some shit, but then like got too carried away, punched himself out. And then the guy came back and won the fight. It was a hell of a fight. They gave it, like BKFC was saying, it was like fight of the year. That was a good one. Some of the other ones were tough to watch.
What, Olenek?
Oh no, that one was a good knockout by the big Brazilian dude who knocked
What
out
would you say to
Olenek.
people that are grappling experts? Like, Olenek's never had hands, bro. What the fuck was he doing in BKFC?
Couldn't tell you, man. Maybe he thought at his weight, but the other guy was huge.
That dude was yoked.
He was so muscular. And then the two main events, I think the girls put on a better fight than the two main events. I think it was no doubt Trout versus somebody. I mean, they fought. It was smart and it was technical, but it was pretty boring. And then the fight between the mustache boy.
Kai.
Is that his name?
Is it Kai? The white kid?
It is Kai, isn't it?
Hey, he's a good boxer. He win or no?
He did win. Yeah,
He did
but
win.
I
Yeah,
don't know
he's a tough one too.
I don't know
So-
who he was fighting.
I guess here's a question about BKFC too. I mean, obviously it's hard to like match those guys up stylistically, especially if they haven't fought a bunch of times in BKFC because it's so fucking different than boxing or MMA, right? Striking, it just is. It's like you better fucking get in there and get after it. But are some of these fights getting too technical? And I'll preface it with this, right? Because in DBX, right, when we had our card a couple of weeks ago, we had 8 out of 12 finishes.
Dang.
The worst fight, the most boring fight. I shouldn't say the worst fight. The most technical fight was the most boring fight, the Shank fight. Both the guys were super technical. You know what I'm saying? They looked great. But it was also the most boring fight just because both of them were so technical, went to a decision where these other guys were just fucking going in and banging.
No, those were some really fun fights. It was really fun to be there. There was a lot of excitement seeing the new rules, and people had a better grasp after the test show that some of the people that had already fought, they had a good idea about how to go about it. Some of the guys, did a great job boxing, adding in the elbows. Andre Arlovsky loved it. Their fight was technical, but it was brutal at 260 pounds. It was so brutal. Those guys were, they were fighting smart, but every time they did move, it was an explosion.
I wish that cut never happened because it was a great fight up to that point where he got stopped. Like I wanted to watch more of that.
Well, and it's funny to see Andre talk about that fight. You can just tell how much he loves it. He's like, yo, I found dude, because he's like, I always wanted to box, but like I like elbowing, so it's like he fucking just loves it, dude. He's like, this is fucking perfect. I mean, I don't know.
That's probably exactly how he said it too.
It's pretty much what he told me. Yeah. Well, hey, let's hit. There's like some other sports. Let's talk about the card if you guys are down. I mean, steer me clear of anything.
Let's talk about
but we got
the basketball game tonight.
basketball game tonight. Yes. Who you got? Like, what's going on with all that shit? New Mexico's out, so I kind of stopped paying attention.
It's Houston and Florida national championship game. Both teams 35-4. which is spectacular. Florida at 35-4 is really spectacular considering they played in the SEC, which was by far the best conference. I think it's a 1-point line tonight. Look, here's the thing: is like once you get to this point, all the past games don't matter for shit, right?
Yeah.
One fucking game. Like everybody thought Duke was going to put it on Houston. Duke was up 15, blew the lead. I think Duke was up 6 points with like 33 seconds to go and lost in regulation.
No.
Yeah.
That was last night or the night before?
No, that was Saturday night?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So
I was
Final
watching
Four,
the Angels.
national championship game today. And so yesterday I turn on the women's national championship game on. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna watch a few minutes, see how it is. If I like it, I'll keep it on. Bro, they had a third of the screen was essentially a podcast. Not even talking about not even talking about the game, bro. I'm like, this is terrible.
Oh, dude. Isn't that Paige Deckers? I think her name is. She's good, but Caitlin Clark was like, I was tuning into all those games at the top of that insanity. Well, so who do you got tonight?
I got Florida. I think Florida wins it in a tight one. Go Gators. Me and Mikey, I'm sure, on the Florida bandwagon.
Let's go. Tim Tebow. Reminds me of Tim Tebow.
Tim Tebow. Motherfucker. This was the 90s, bro.
Well, hey, bro. Hey, man. That's just who I think about when I think of the Gators. Okay, did you guys see this torpedo bat?
Tim Tebow's one of those players that was like so good, and like I don't know what happened. They kept moving him, or they got rid of him. They wouldn't let him play. He was good. He was crushing shit.
Like White Kaepernick
he had
or something.
Good NFL career, to be honest, for what he was.
Yeah, I mean, he's still around in the commercials and shit. Yeah, I don't know. I always forget what happened with him. I see him pop up on Madden, and I was like always tempted to go get him. But have you guys seen this torpedo bat insanity in baseball?
Yes.
Okay, first of all, Angels are like 7-3, dude. I'm not gonna say it, but we're back, boys. And the Dodgers look insane, but these torpedo bats, what do you think about them, Bags? Anything at all?
I mean, here's my thing. If everybody can use the fucking torpedo bat, who gives a shit? I've always been one. I mean, how many times have I told Mike, I want to see you guys, I want to see fucking baseball players, I want to see everybody juiced to the fucking gills and hitting home runs and knocking people out of the ring. Like, as a fan, that's what I want to see. So if everybody can use the fucking torpedo bat, use it. Why not?
Well, what's funny to me is like people don't really understand, like, bro, it's literally just shifting the barrel down the bat if you're someone that tends to swing in. Like if you swing in, you're usually early on shit and you're hitting inside your bat, move the barrel down, torpedo it out at the end so it's not heavy as shit. Can't just be like a roller like you would use in a kitchen. But this insanity over it, there's a few new batters that are using them, but I mean, I've never seen in baseball something like take over like that, besides like rule changes every once in a while. And everyone thinking like Judge doesn't use one, Devers doesn't use one. Some of the biggest hitters, they don't fucking use one. It's more like the quick inside hitters. But anyway, you got any sports you're pumped on, Mike, right now, or is it all just fighting?
It has been fighting. I feel like, I've gotten to this social media era because like TV used to be different. You used to turn on the television and change the channel. Now it's all apps. Everything's an app, and it's like, oh, I gotta click on an app that I feel like watching right now. Or I got my home page on the TV and it just shows me like movies or shows. Like I've been watching White Lotus. Like, okay. Sports wise, I don't know. MrBeast Games, I saw him post something about going on MrBeast Games 2. So I signed up for that. And we'll see what happens.
We need Mike Perry.
I would pay pay-per-view for that. Yeah.
Yes, I would rent that.
He said we want the best, the strongest, the fastest. He was like, if you're the best at something, if you're the strongest, he's like, sign up. So I was like, bet. Let's go.
Did it have like a shot? What are you good at, column, and you put violence?
Nah, it was just fill this out. It was just basic information and like agreeing to hopefully
it didn't ask you to verify who you are or anything. So like you can't.
We have a MrBeast Connect, Mike.
I sent my email and it was like when I clicked like sign and accept or whatever, I don't think it said sign and accept. It was just like accept or
Send it.
well, yeah, send it, right? And then I sent it, and then my phone like froze, but like I could swipe out of the app. So then I swiped out, and then I clicked back at the link. I went back to it. I clicked at the link, and then it like was frozen again. I'm like, are they downloading all my information off my phone? So I just swiped that shit. Like, I'm like, damn, Mr. Beast trying to steal my stuff. I went back and looked at the page. I'm like, it's his production page. It's only got like 500,000 followers, but it's got a blue check mark, and it was a video of Mr. Beast saying these things. So I'm like, there's no way that a fake page can use Mr. Beast because his team would be like on it to get that
SWAT
off
team,
the
yeah.
internet.
Bro, you just went into some fake ass page, and now they're in your phone right now, probably stealing all your crypto, stealing all your pictures.
You know what my FBI agent sees? he sees the bags. That's what he sees.
I hear you. I hear you.
What's the
All right.
chat talking about?
It's kind of
We ain't got no chat. Ain't no chat going on.
Guys, it's an AMA pretty much. It's an AMA. Toss it up here. All right, let me tail back to our first conversation, kind of talking about how UFC cards have been in a decline as far as entertainment value goes. There's like a star issue, all this, like we were saying, Bags. But this one's for you and Mike. What do you feel like you would do differently? Like, what is your plan to do differently with dirty boxing? Like, how would you alleviate that symptom that seems to be happening across a bunch of combat sports? Like, whatever
is
it be.
the symptom we're talking about? Boringness?
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
That's
You wanna go
tough.
first, Mike?
Oh, yeah, sure. I was saying, it's tough to get rid of it depends, because sometimes fighting smart is what you need to do. I don't know. I don't do that though. I just go for it. Like, you need a bunch of. I mean, I felt like DBX1 was very Mike Perry-esque.
Mhm.
Like, the fights were bangers, and even if they were being technical, they were scrapping it out at points. So,
Dude, I was talking to Malky about this. I don't know, a couple of days ago, and he and I were just shooting the shit, right, and talking about like, UFC just seems it's a little boring for me as a casual fan right now, and I'm like, I think what we created is fucking perfect. I feel like the rule set is great. Can we clean it up, right? Because I don't know. I think we talked about this a little bit, but Mike was like, bro, when they go to the ground and pound, we need the ref counting just like an 8 count, but like 5 seconds, right? And standing back up and give the guys a chance to get back up and finish. But I think that's about the only little minor adjustment that we need to make and like perfect. And that's probably going to take a few fights to figure out. Other than that, dude, you put them in an 18 by 18 ring. It's small gloves. It's action packed. The guys have to go at it. It's short rounds. It's only 3 rounds. It's 3 minutes. Like, dude, I was talking to Malky, and I said, I've only seen in 2 fights now between the private show and the publicly televised stream DBX1. I only thought there was 1 boring fight.
Yeah.
Out of both cards, we had 8 on the first one and 12 on the next one. On the first one, we had 5 out of 8 finishes. On the next one, we had 8 out of 12 finishes, right? That's a 66% fucking rate. All KO or TKO. There's no submissions. So, and the most technical fight was the only one that I thought was boring. And I hate to say that because the guys were both so fucking talented and it was a good fight, but it just wasn't like them just going and clashing. Like if you look at Zach Pauga and Rob the Wolf Perez, bro, I'm sitting there, right? Sitting on the fucking ring. Malky's next to me. PBD's next to me. Aiden Ross is next to me. Mike's over here fucking commentating. And I'm watching this shit. And I'm 2 feet. And I'm watching it, dude. And Pauga hits him with, I'm talking about like 3 uppercuts.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching Rob's head. And dude, his jaw is going like this. Right?
I can't believe he didn't go down.
And I'm like, how is this guy standing up?
I can believe it.
How is that guy standing up? And what did that motherfucker do? Ow!
Shout out to the wolf, man.
Bro. And he came back and won that fucking fight and almost knocked him out in the last exchange.
banger.
Almost fucking took him off his feet. And Pauga hit me after, and he's like, "Yo, bro, like, I don't feel like I performed my best, and this and that." And I'm like, "Dude, I want to see you again.
Yeah.
Like, you put on a fucking performance, bro." And that's the thing is these guys keep coming up to me afterwards, right? And they're like, they lose, and they're like, "Man, I apologize. I'm sorry that I lost, and this and this and this." And I just look at them, and I'm like, "Don't ever fucking
That's
tell
a
me you're
banger.
sorry, bro. You just went in there and fucking fought your heart out, which I wouldn't do, which 99% of the planet wouldn't do. And you barely lost in an absolute banger. Like, I want to see you back in the fucking ring. That's simple."
Is that something that combat sports combat sports athletes possibly have a leg up against other athletes? Because would you be saying the same thing? You can't be a professional like league owner or team owner and be like, "Oh, you missed that last up bat for the clutch. You know, I said bunt the goddamn ball, get a runner in, and they miss. My bad, coach." You'd be like, "Ah, you had a good time." You know, you wouldn't say that shit in other sports, only combat sports. Would you
Only
be like,
combat sports. But the thing is like, look, man, you put two guys in a fucking ring and they're trying to kill each other and they both perform extremely well and you barely lose. Like, in true combat sports, there should be nobody that's fucking undefeated for an extended period of time. John Jones has done it, right? I don't think anybody else really has.
Khabib? Yeah, but yeah.
Khabib did
Khabib.
it.
All right,
Khabib did
Khabib.
it.
All right,
Mayweather.
take boxers out of it.
Mayweather.
Take new era boxers out of it because
Yeah.
they're not fighting the same caliber
Well,
of talent.
Mayweather was a new era, so
Yeah, he's mid. He's mid generation, I'd say.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But
also-
Ali, Frazier is who you're talking about. Like those were goats. They all lost.
Yeah. But there should be nobody undefeated in fucking MMA in real combat sports where people are fucking trying to take each other's heads off. I just don't see how you don't eventually get caught.
Well, see, and I think that's kind of what keeps Torres Finney in the UFC, you know, like because if he had like 5 losses, 10 wins, and that's how he fought, no. But since he's like undefeated or only has 1 loss from like years ago, like no one can stop this guy. So it's interesting to me to see him
he's
continue.
undefeated. What are you talking about?
Yeah, so I was gonna say like he's either undefeated or he lost like his first fight ever.
No,
like
he's like
he
11-0.
Yeah, so he's someone you keep around even if his fight style's not that good because I want to see somebody figure that shit out and beat him. Nothing against him, but yeah, if you're not undefeated or have that going for you, then yeah.
Here's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You take Torres Finney and you throw him into the fucking top 5 in the division right now.
Yikes.
What happens?
He tries to wrestle fuck them too. I mean,
Yeah.
that's his shit. Like, why not? It could possibly work.
It might.
He's got a game plan. You know, that's what
it might.
I mean. Okay, Bo Nickel versus Finney.
Bro,
Right now. I want to see that fight.
Oh,
But hang on, but Bo's over here talking about I'm going to be minus 1,000 against Hamzat in a year. He don't want to fight Finney.
Yeah, no, he don't. Shit.
Okay, I get it. You know, I get it. I do. Robbie, where you at?
There we go.
Still haven't heard nothing?
Where you at? We hear something every week. We hear something, but you know.
Hey, how about Till? Till's like, yeah, I'll fight you for 350, but it's got to be in London. It's got to be under these rules. It's got to be under this and that. He said, if not, quit talking about it, Mike.
It's just him saying no again.
Agreed.
Yeah.
How am I asking for too much money when my money's there? I'm just waiting. And I could do that. I don't really care, man. I built up. I got other shit going, and it's taking off. And
I said the other day, that 350, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
I'm good
yeah,
with it.
yeah. Let's do a dirty boxing.
Darren Till, dirty boxing, 350, done deal. Let's sign the fucking contract.
Anything besides that, we're putting reciprocal tariffs on your ass.
That's
if
right.
we got to go to
tariff the fuck out of you fucking Brits.
All right, you guys want to talk about UFC 314 this weekend? Because like,
Sure.
it was weird, man. I was looking up the odds. I'm not huge on looking up odds all the time. I kind of just think of the fight, how I think it's gonna go. But there's some interesting dogs here. You guys want to run down this card? I'm gonna start with one on the prelims that's actually really interesting.
All right.
Okay. so
Shout
we
out
got-
Miami. We're gonna see y'all down there. I'm gonna be in the building, second row on the floor.
Let's go.
Try
right,
me
we-
if you want to. Bitch, I wanna go viral for like Sean Strickland and DDP. Let's go.
We should reshare that clip because DDP told us some cool shit about that. Okay. Anyway, Jim Miller versus Chase Hooper. This is a banger. This is a banger because you have Jim Miller. What, most wins in UFC history?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, this dude just keeps going versus Chase Hooper, one of the youngest and one of the best BJJ practitioners.
Man, he
moving up
almost
from
died
45.
on White Lotus last night, man. Chase Hooper. I'm telling you, he was drinking a protein shake. It's crazy. Chase Hooper is very talented,
Fuck yeah.
super nice kid. Been on the show before. Shout out Chase Hooper, man. Fighting Jim. I think the new age jiu-jitsu
Minus
versus
750
Jim's
for Chase Hooper.
He's minus how much?
750.
Yeah, he's young, man. He's super tough. Like you can hit him and stuff, and like Jim's old school wrestling and basic fundamental MMA style probably won't overwhelm Coop. He's so good on the ground, so be interesting. But his hands, they're a little awkward for his height and length. Sometimes he moves kind of Gumby like
Wiry,
sometimes, so
yeah.
it could be good or bad. We'll see.
Who are you gonna take? Chase Hooper or Jim Miller in that one?
I'll
Sounds
take
like you were kind of
Chase.
saying Chase.
Yeah, I want to say Chase.
Yeah, I'll take Chase too. What about you, Bags?
Maybe Jim
Jim's
Miller will
dangerous
shut
with
us up.
Chase.
Yeah.
You're not
Okay.
going with your boy? You're not going with your boy?
Who? Jim?
You're for y'all from the same decades, man.
I knew that's where
Same
he was
generation, man.
going. I knew that's where he was going, but I was
Me
letting
too.
it go.
I was just waiting it out. All right, here's another prelim that's actually kind of a banger. Dan Ige versus Sean Woodson. This one is kind of weird. Woodson is a minus 160, so he's a favorite over Dan Ige. Obviously,
Wait, is
Dan Ige,
Woodson that tall,
the tall, skinny
slim
fuck.
ginger?
Yeah, that used to fight at heavyweight. If you didn't know this, it's crazy. Garrett, if you want to pull this picture,
He fight
up,
at that's bantamweight, ain't it?
he fights at like feather.
It's bantam 135,
No,
I think.
45. It's 45 because he's like 6'4",
featherweight.
but he fought at fucking heavyweight. If you look on my profile, like Sean Woodson, that picture will come up. Matt Powers, what up to the chat, dude? He says
Yeah,
Slender
Sean
Man,
Woodson.
pretty much.
Oh, now you got the chat, bitch. When I asked you for the chat, what's the chat talking about?
Hey,
You
man,
see
it
the
just
chat?
showed
Where
up.
the chat? It's on
Hey, what up,
Twitter.
Matt Powers? What up, Matt
How
Powers?
do
What
I
up,
look
Cedric?
at the chat?
I have been. Hey, bro, let's
I'm
get back
so
on track.
illiterate on here, man.
I'm barely literate, man.
Somebody give me some Bitcoin, man.
Oh yeah, it is pretty cheap. Okay, who you gonna put the Bitcoin on? Dan Ige or Sean Woodson? Dan Ige is actually a underdog.
Really?
Woodson.
Oh man, I think the short brawlic style. I think Woodson had trouble in his last fight. Maybe he's adjusted.
Mikey's ginger.
He's a little awkward sometimes too. I think Ige, if he gets inside and doesn't get kneed in the face, he could throw some bolo punches, get the takedown, and win the fight. So I think Ige.
Hell yeah! What about you, Bags?
I like Ige. I think bounce back win. He deserves it. Didn't he fight? Who did he fight on short
on
notice?
short
last
notice,
time?
he came in like the day of.
Diego.
Yeah, to fight Lopez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ige fought Lopez?
Yeah,
Give me Ige. Ige fucking deserves a fucking win after dragging Diego Lopez into the deep end for 3 rounds and like a week's notice.
No, it was 6 hours.
No, yeah, the fucking,
It was
like,
6
the day
hours.
of.
It was
The
day of. He said,
Yeah,
I'll
that
be
shit's
there.
Insane, bro. That shit's
Yeah.
insane. Give me
It was
Ige.
up a weight class though.
No, it
That
was
shit's
45.
insane.
It was 45. He made weight and everything. He like showed like Friday.
I
He was
thought
like, "Look, I'm
Lopez
here,"
had
and
to
they're like,
fight
"No, we're
up a
going
weight
through." He's like,
class.
"Why wait in?" So he
Nah,
weighed
he
in. So the
showed up
next day,
on weight on. He just happened to be in the fucking crowd, bro.
drove over at like
Diego
4
went
o'clock.
up when he fought T City.
All right. Mike, what do you weigh right now? We need to figure out who you might have to step in and fight Saturday
Tomorrow.
night.
194.
All right. Can you cut to 185? What do we got at 185, Mac? If somebody fights
We
out?
got fuck. Let me see. I have
Oh.
it pulled up. Where the
That's
fuck did it
good.
go? It's so we
That's a
got
good, bare knuckle boxing size for me.
I mean, if you're willing to,
I got stuff to take down.
you could hop in there against Nikita Krylov or
I
Dominic
grappled
Reyes.
Finney. Oh my god, dude! I was doing boxing with Finney, and I was like, you gave me boxing round. I gotta do a damn wrestling round with you.
How'd that
Oh
go?
my god, I could not get him off of me, bro. He was just laying all over me.
What is it about him that makes it so like? Is it just he's just brute strong?
It's just he's a boulder, and he's got technique as far as like basic, like how to hold position. He can just lay on top of you, and you're just like drowning down there.
He looks like what's that Marvel character with the fucking
The Thing.
helmet head? No, the helmet
Oh,
head. looks like he's
Juggernaut.
like this fucking wide.
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut. That's what he looks like.
Yeah, he does. All right, shit. So we got
No disrespect, Finney.
no, of course, bro. He
He's
has
good
to
too.
know. He looks. Did you see? I did a Marvel meme about him when he's
Oh,
Wolverine.
no.
It wasn't a diss, but like it's that shot from Deadpool. It's on our Instagram where Wolverine's like comically short, like 5'4" from in the comics. He's all standing at the bar. I was like Torres Finney to the rest of the middleweight division. I mean, dude's winning. But okay, I'll take sorry, I gotta go with Woodson. Ige's a beast, but I think that range is gonna be something Woodson's gonna be able to.
Matt just likes to bet. Let's go. I like
Oh
that he
man,
went
I'm a
against
fucking
us.
deviant. You guys have no idea.
Woodson has a chance.
Woodson's got he's a live favorite. Yeah. Okay, we got Yair Rodriguez and the debut of Pitbull. This is a banger. This is a fucking
Yes.
banger. It's
This the
minus
Pitbull from
185 for
PFL?
Yair,
This the
plus
Pitbull
from
160
PFL?
for
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
he's from Bellator. He's the Pitbull brothers.
Yes.
Like that had wars with Michael Chandler back in the day, all that shit.
Yair's last fight, he did not look like Yair.
What was his last fight?
Like we've seen some of the most incredible things you can see in mixed martial arts out of Yair Rodriguez.
Agreed.
One time, I got a story. I was sitting next to Yair. I was lit. We were at the UFC. I'm sitting next
Every
to Yair,
I was here and I was lit.
and I'm a fan of Yair because he just does incredible kickboxing stuff. And then, so the guy says the Yair's in the wrong seat, and he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna leave, man." And Logan Paul sits next to me. Logan Paul took Yair's seat. This was a while ago. And me and Logan didn't say shit to each other. I was just sitting there drunk and mad. I was like, why this YouTube fighter getting this real fighter seat? I was just being petty. But I didn't say nothing. But like me and Logan just sat right next to each other for like an hour and didn't say shit.
Not awkward at all.
It was a good story, right? Yeah.
Well, English is like very minimal, pequeño.
I don't know, man. The PFL guy coming in, the last PFL guy, who'd he fight? He came in at like 185 and he just dominated the fight.
Yeah, you did. Who
MVP?
was that, Mac?
No, it wasn't MVP. MVP wasn't
Ah.
PFL. It's
Well, I
a
know, but
white-
they're the same
a
thing now.
white
It was recent.
jiu-jitsu practitioner, a tall, slim, white dude. Who did he fight? It was like a month ago.
You know what
Oh,
we ought
dude,
to
you mean
have?
from one? You know, Rainier de Reader.
Oh, he's from one, not
Yeah,
PFL?
yeah.
Damn, I'm good. Yeah.
Oh,
But I
got
get
you
me,
would think
though.
You would think as much money as we spend on this fucking show, we'd have producers that just like popped in real quick. You know what I mean? Hit Google.
Nah, Mac did it. Mac's
Yeah,
the
I
facts
had it.
guy.
popped in.
It's
Yeah.
he said PFL, so I was thinking PFL. And when we,
Mac's the facts guy.
Yeah,
He's
you
Yeah,
got-
fucked
dude,
he
I'm
got it
Jamie.
down, man.
You fucked him up,
Jamie.
Mike.
I got this. But you
Good
were saying, Mike,
recovery,
yeah,
Mac.
Rainier de
Good
Ritter.
recovery.
Okay, D Rider, that's right. He
D.
fought
Rider.
fucking-
Yeah.
He fought Holland. We talked with Holland. That's right. Yeah, D
Yeah,
Rider
Holland
was
called him
crazy
D-Rider
good.
and then wrote it.
Pause. But this guy coming from PFL, man, and Yair, you know,
Saying Pitbull came from PFL just don't sit right. It's Bellator. He came from Bellator. You gotta remember, PFL bought and dissolved
Yeah.
PFL bought and dissolved Bellator.
When was the last time that Pitbull fought?
Fuck.
he
It
been
was
cr-
Pitbull.
he
That
been
was-
trying
that's
to
why
get a
he- That's why
fight.
he's in the fucking UFC. Is he kept complaining like you
Yes.
guys haven't fought me in forever?
If you know the
Yeah.
story, tell the story.
We
like-
just did. He just told you the story. He said,
Yeah,
he
well, I
been
mean, but like
complaining
for the
forever.
listeners, why I looked this up, like PFL Okay, guys, I'm doing a lot of jobs here. I'm watching chat. In fact, I was gonna read this to you.
Bro,
Yo,
how do
Sean
I
Taylor
open the
says, "What up?"
chat, bro?
Matt Powers says, "RDR is cold, but got a feeling Bo Nickel wins." Agree there. He says, "Platinum Mike, huge fan. Followed you from UFC to BKFC on over to Dirty Boxing. You're the man. Can't wait to see you in your next match." That's from Matt Powers.
Thanks,
Ryan
Matt
says,
Power.
"Can we get a Mike Perry fight announcement, please? Dying for Platinum Entertainment. You and me both." Cedric
Yeah,
says,
bro.
"Type your seed phrase. I'll chat in the chat. I'll send you some Bitcoin." All right, now back to it. So who do you guys got? Pitbull. I was looking up when he fought last.
I
Let
think
me
I
see.
got Pitbull, man.
Where you going?
I'm
He
sorry,
fought Jeremy
man.
Kennedy in Bellator in March 1 year ago.
No, I'm saying.
I think that the PFL people, some of them have, he's gonna try to get Yair to the ground. I'm sure he'll throw some bolo punches, some wide hooks, try to catch him. Yair's a good striker. And if he's on his P's and Q's, sometimes there's nothing you can do. He's a decent grappler as well. Like, he is very scrambly on the ground. Decent is an undercut. He can be good, but other times we've seen him get held down. So,
Yeah.
and the card is getting better. There's
Yes.
there's more fights.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna
Card's
be
great,
there.
This is the best looking card I've seen since probably January.
This is one
on
of the ones I
paper.
feel like Dana
On
comes
paper.
in and goes like, "Oh, let me play around with
we
this
need
too."
something bad. Yeah, let's add
let's
some
do
shit
something
in here.
dope.
Yeah. All right, I'm
Um,
gonna go Yair just because. Excuse me. Just because I want to see a Yair resurgence.
yeah.
I want to see resurgence back to peak Yair to fucking contend in that division because man, he's fun to watch.
I'm
I think-
doubting them because sometimes when I pick people, they end up losing. So like maybe
dude.
by picking against him, he'll get pissed, and then we'll see that resurgence.
Yair is a scary one to bet for because, like you kind of said, you just never know what version of him shows up. Like he could show up and not do dick all fight, and then land a fucking reverse spinning elbow, and dude's dead. Like he's so hard to predict. But I will take Yair Rodriguez as well. I think Pitbull has eclipsed his glory days, and I think Yair is just going to be a little bit too nasty for him. And I think this is one of those fights where UFC's finally giving Pitbull his shot, finally giving him the glow up he needs to come to the UFC after all the. I told you, last fight was in Bellator a year ago.
That's
He
what
gets
I'm
stiffed
seeing.
over there, comes over to the UFC. But I feel like this is one of those fights where the UFC would love for Yair to stack on a little bit of clout to the UFC with a dub over one of Bellator's finest and best, but fuck, he wins. Michael Chandler, maybe you get Pitbull Chandler again in the UFC. That would be insane, but I'll take Yair. All right, next one, Bryce Mitchell and Gene Silva, banger.
Damn.
And TTL says, "What up? When we getting word of that jerky?" Oh shit, we'll talk about jerky. Matt Powers again pre-ordered UFC Miami last night for that $10 discount. Okay, I was gonna tweet the other day if anyone actually does that. Shout out to you, Matt Powers.
Damn, word. Actually, a pay-per-view purchaser.
I purchased some, dude. I straight up do.
Shout
I'm not even capping. I want to watch that shit in HD. I don't want to. Oh, bro,
No,
it
for
went
sure.
down.
I don't want to fuck around with it either.
Yeah, I fucking hate that. Anyway, Bryce Mitchell and Gene Silva. Give me your breakdowns, boys.
Cigar Hat guy says John Silva kills him.
All right.
And after Bryce's, and after Dana White was like, that's the beauty of this sport, guys. Bryce Mitchell's gonna go out there and fight him. Maybe he'll get his fucking ass kicked.
I kind of agree with that. Kind of on a certain level.
So
I think they want him to.
Yeah,
I know, but who knows how to
No,
that's
I
a lot
think
of
the UFC
pressure.
wants
That's a
him to
lot of
win.
pressure on Gene Silva.
Yeah.
To beat up the guy.
I'm gonna go contrarian here.
I know
what's the
Bryce
line
is
on
your
that?
boy. Not saying he's not mine, but
Hey,
like,
me and Bryce like that. We like that tight. Look, we're that tight.
canceled. We're canceled. The stream just died.
Hey, look, we're this tight. All right, what's the odds on that fight?
We're being here right here. Bryce Mitchell's a plus 213. That's actually
I'm
one of the
taking
bigger
Bryce.
lines
I
on the
think
card. So
everybody's-
Gene
look,
Silva's
everybody's discounting this motherfucker. Bryce is a bad dude.
Mhm.
Bryce is a bad dude. John Silva's a bad dude. But I'll say this. I'm going to play odds here. Everybody's going for John Silva. Fighting Nerds are undefeated. Eventually, somebody's going to take that L. And I think
don't
it's
think
John
it's gonna be
Silva right
Bryce.
here against Bryce Mitchell.
I don't think he's gonna be Bryce.
What about you, Mike?
I got Gene Silva.
Just that simple?
It's the Silva name, and the Fighting Nerds are undefeated.
All right,
Barra,
I'm going to take the
shout out-
guy that thinks the other guy is coming to him in his dreams as a demon and he needs to finish this guy off. I'm going to take that fucking guy.
Like, you know that he's just sitting like in a drippy, like,
He's already writing excuses. Have you ever fought in your dream? Have you ever tried to throw a punch in your dream? You in your dream and you like,
Bro, I'm a bad motherfucker in my dreams, dude.
I'm John Wick in my dreams.
Hell
Dog.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Never lost in my dreams.
All right, I'm gonna go with Bryce. Gene Silva has shown before he can get cracked. Yeah, he's got that dog in him. He can hit just as hard as Josh Emmett, but I think Bryce is gonna be able to tangle him up a few times. Work some ground game long enough. Probably see a finish like a choke in the second or third round. I'm taking Bryce as well. But Gene could go out there and smoke him.
But I do like the Fighting Nerds guys.
Oh fuck yeah! Oh 100%.
They're so great, dude. What a great crew they've got.
Yeah.
I hung out with John Silva and Cal at Power Slap.
Yeah.
I don't know, like a month ago. They were both cool as fuck. Cal's been on the show before. But I just think, dude, I think a Demon Slayer versus an MMA fighter ain't even in the same fucking category.
Well, and like
I
the way
think-
Bryce might be looking at it is like my career could be over if I can't, like, if people hate me for one reason, I have to be able to stand up, fight
I think
people.
I think it's deeper than that, Mac.
Or he sees a demon
is-
on the other
this
side
is
of
spiritual.
and he
See,
takes
that's
the brick.
yeah, that's scary, dude. Like, you ever
There's
seen a
nobody-
dude knock a dude out and start crying? Like, he's so upset, and it's like, all right,
Listen,
yeah. So I'm taking
listen.
Bryce. Let me read off some more comments here. I'll make sure I stay up on.
Shut the fuck up, Mac. Hang on. Think about this. Most people have been killed, and most states have been conquered under religious warfare.
Yes. Okay.
Right? And
Oh, you
now
wanna dig
Bryce
into this, yeah.
Mitchell is in the fucking Crusades right now in his head. He's in the Crusades, and they're trying to take his fucking religion over. They're trying to, possess his body, and this guy gets one shot at it. You don't think he's coming out of that cage?
Yeah. It's just yeah. I get it. You got to go for that guy. He's on a crusade.
I like that video of that guy who's like, my Christianity is the type of Christianity that dominated the world and took over all these countries and continents. And shout out to Jesus. That's what he said. Something like
Yeah.
that.
Mike, what you been reading lately? I see you're in the library.
Just like Sports Illustrated, your mom's
Swimsuit edition.
So, like, you're at the doctor's office.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got a Sports Illustrated and what's the other one they always keep in there?
Oh, look, I got
Another magazine,
I got one.
highlights or some shit.
I love how he got up in his chair, just
I think I
disappeared.
got the man to beat. I got the man to beat here in the Fighters magazine, and
There you go.
who's the centerfold there? Who's that centerfold right there? That's Platty P.
Oh, hang on. What magazine is that?
The Fighters magazine. The
I
man
need a
to
copy
beat.
of that.
It's got Platty P in there, man.
Yeah, I need a copy of that. I need
don't
something to
know.
rub something out to later.
Oh. Hey, I heard Oprah was. I saw something.
No Diddy.
Oprah was with Diddy on all the shit. They were trying to put her in cahoots.
You guys ready for some YouTube comments? I'm trying to stay on top of it.
Yeah. Pop
That's
off.
what I was gonna do a second ago. All right, here we go.
Interrupt us, man.
I'm not interrupting. They're interrupting us. That's
Hey,
the point.
It's the best thing you do on this show, Mac.
Just stay on top of it. I
Just
got
do
this,
it.
boys. All right. Cedric says jerky. Is that a White Lotus reference? I don't know if you get that, Mike.
The jerky I don't know about the jerky being the White Lotus reference, but Chase Hooper is a White Lotus reference, and
Oh shit. Okay.
and Walton Goggins Trevor from GTA 5 is a White Lotus reference.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
All right.
Uh,
So, hey,
Matt-
you want another series to watch with Walter Goggins? It's called Justified. It
Okay.
has stars Timothy Oliphante, and they're like backwoods Kentucky guys, and he plays essentially like a meth cooker in backwoods Kentucky. There's like 7 seasons of it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
fucking phenomenal. Walter Goggins plays the best character I've ever seen. Now he's just about as good on White Lotus. But literally, my buddy for my birthday about 8 years ago I got a signed picture of Walter Goggins in his outfit.
Walton.
Walter.
It's Walton.
is that
But
the dude who runs all the time?
No.
I don't know, but a show about cooking meth sounds right up my alley, dude. I remember
All right. And Max.
Yeah,
But
and-
yeah, it is Walton Goggins. Apologize. Shout out to Walton Goggins.
Shout out to all the people who support Platinum Perry and his wittiness, because I'm intelligent and don't let me fool you. I know what I'm doing.
I got some more comments for you, Mike. We got BRT Dog. What up, dude? He says, yeah, for plus 213, I got Bryce. Again, yeah, nothing against Gene Silva, but that's a good price on Bryce. Paj Man says, Bryce has got some controlled rage release. John gonna get twisted. That would be sick. Bryce the Crusader. Sean Taylor says, Professor Perry PhD has an impressive library.
Word up.
Yes, sir.
Yo, that's my thoughts. Like on betting, it's like it's hard when I see a plus 213 because I'm thinking, okay, I can risk $100 on that and I'll win 313. But then I go, what the fuck do I need $300 for? I need $300,000. I mean, even taking a risk to put 10,000 on somebody, that's a bet I want to make. I want to put 10,000 on somebody, make 20,000, or or just double the money, even bets.
Yeah.
But then fights are such toss-ups. Like I've made a couple $1,000 bets on some fighters, and I fucking lost. Sean Strickland and somebody else, I think, Izzy. I put a couple thousand. Fucking Evolve got him. Mess me up, man.
Let's go. Sean Taylor. Oh, shout out
I
Stu
should
the
talk
Champ,
about
Platty
losses.
P. And then Sean Taylor says, when's Mike gonna be in Playgirl when you busted out that magazine?
Word. That's really pause, dude. That's a weird question to ask, my boy.
Well,
Your
man,
mama
dude.
wanna-
Hey, bro.
your mama
Fucking
want a cup of
Paulie was in
coffee?
it. Paulie was in one. When you up? You turned
Why
that down?
why do you know that?
Yeah.
Because we had him on as a guest.
100%.
Why do you know that?
Hey, man.
100%.
Why does anyone know anything? I just know shit.
My wife ain't having that, dude. I'm not sharing these cheeks. I was telling my wife, I'm like, man,
Would you do Sports Illustrated Body Issue?
the
The one where you're naked, but like you're gonna
No,
be
dude.
squatted in some way you can't
I
see your
mean,
junk.
I mean, they call me up, bro. Let's talk because my wife,
Yeah.
we need to talk about it, and she been showing the middle of her chest lately, and I'm like, what the
Whoa,
fuck? That's a
whoa,
sacred
whoa.
area. Just cause your nips covered, like you've been
Yeah.
showing the middle, and I'm like, that's a sacred area. That's where, like, you like that spot. So
Yeah.
why
Women,
you?
hey, women need to be in turtlenecks, and that's it. If you're married, to
Yo,
one.
Yeah, if you-
I want to convert to Muslim just for my wife to wear that shit. I'll be cool with that. Just for that. That'd be so cool, man. Get the hijab and do the dashiki. Woo.
Bro, you could hang out. You could hang out with the Tates and Devin Haney, and then when they ask you why you did it, you just be like, just because my wife's in a burqa. They'd respect that.
Facts.
Yo, here's a funny one. Student
I
Champ
think
says,
that's
"Yo,
why
Mike."
MVP did it.
Oh yeah, he did too. Yeah. Stu says, "Yo, Mike. I don't know if you remembered, but that fight week you had last year in L.A., you were coming off the airplane, and I greeted you on the jet bridge, and me and the homie wished you luck on your fight. That's dope, man.
Oh, thanks, bro. Appreciate it, man. I hope if I was on my way to the fight, hopefully I was being nice. I think I was pretty amped up that week. Like when I did my pre-fight interview for that fight, I was going off. I was like, talk your shit, son. Fuck that shit. You gotta get in there and fight. Is there a nigga do about it? Talk your shit, son.
No flight list like that. And
Oh,
also,
my
shout
shit
out Carl
on
Simpson.
mute. No.
Says Elkins
No,
and
you're
Roast is
not
gonna
on
be a
mute.
banger.
No,
We're
you're
caught up.
definitely
Sorry.
not on mute.
Why is gold?
All
We
right.
can hear you, bro.
We're kind of caught up on YouTube comments for now. But so we have Gene Silva, Bryce Mitchell. Next we got Chandler and Pimblett. If you guys want to curtail into something else, you want to talk about this, let's go.
Nah, talk
And
about
Student
this.
Champ's laughing. He knows what the fuck.
Man, I was hoping Chandler would jump on today and talk with us a little bit. I wanted to talk a little bit shit with him, but he's such a really good guy. Like, he's doing like God's work out here and stuff. And what? Why you make that face? Why you make that face? Chandler's a good dude, bro. My wife was like, "Oh, his wife's so nice." Like, she be saying, doing nice things. You know,
I love Chandler, man. He's a good guy.
Chandler used to have beef with me because I get attention for being a scrappy fighter, and he did a video with Kamaru Usman where he said something about I had a 4.0 GPA and I went to a private school, and he was like breaking down 8 Mile and shit. And
About you?
I
He was
mean,
saying
it's
you did?
really interesting that this fight is in Miami. Patty Pimblett, I wonder how he'll perform. The kid looks like one of the Beatles. So either if he beats Chandler and he becomes one of the Beatles, or Chandler might catch him with one of them heavy muscle punches.
You want to hear something weird? Well, not weird. I mean, Patty is the favorite. He's a
believe that.
minus 160. That surprised the fuck out of me. So Chandler's a
believe
plus
that.
140.
Well, Chandler lives in South Florida, so fighting at home sometimes can be a toss-up.
When was the last time Chandler won a fight?
When he fought.
And how many UFC fights has he had? 4, 5?
5 or 6. I'll double check. And he hasn't won since he beat. Let me see here. I'll pull it up. He has lost. Like, he lost to Gaethje. He lost to Oliveira.
I mean, look, he's fought top tier talent. There's
And
no
he lost to
question.
Poirier. Oh man, yeah, that's brutal. It
He's
was
got
when he teep kicked Tony's the last time he won.
Yeah. When Tony was already probably on a.
Oh, he was
slide.
on his way out. That was in
Yeah.
2022.
That's
Damn.
not fair, man. Tony was just on a 12-fight win streak. Then
Well,
he
but that was at the
lost,
tail
and
end of
then
it.
he fought Chandler.
No,
And
he
we
fought-
had never seen anyone do that front flicky kick to Tony.
Well, and
and
Chandler
knock
even said he
him
didn't
out
train it. He
cold
just saw
like
it
that.
open and just threw it. He's never trained that kick.
He has thrown that kick in other fights, and he missed completely. I've
Well,
seen the
probably-
fights. He threw that kick in other fights. That was his little thing. I don't train that kick. He likes that shot.
I never see him throw it to the face though. But
I've seen it.
well, you're right.
I've seen it in his other fights.
Well,
He
who
throws
you
it.
taking? With those numbers in mind, Chandler is an underdog.
Man, man.
This
As
is one of those ones.
soon as I say who I pick, the other guy's gonna win.
Mm-hmm.
Patty could come over here from England, and I'm Team USA, and Michael Chandler's brolic muscles, and he gets boa constricted up. But I don't think because Chandler's a good grappler, and he's had Oliveira on his back. Oliveira also checked that chin.
Yeah.
Shout out to Charles. I like Oliveira, man, but fights are crazy. I think Chandler could. I'm gonna go USA, man. Chandler could get it done against Patty, and if he doesn't, Patty's probably should be a star.
Yeah.
Or no one gives Patty the credit for beating someone like Michael Chandler because he's only got a few fights.
I think you'd have to give him credit after this one. But you made me think of something when you said it's like you're superstitious to pick somebody because you feel like it's gonna make him lose, and it makes me think
changes
of like
the algorithm.
yeah. But with sports, like other sports, like in baseball, dude, people are so superstitious. Like if you're on a hitting streak, like I had homies that wouldn't clean their socks, or like they wouldn't like it's stupid shit, or like I always have to wear this shirt, can't wash it, or whatever. Are fighters like that in your experience? Are you like that? Is there like anything you've ever heard like, oh, those raps I use? I never watched those.
No. I used to do stuff like that. Now I don't care. Like whatever's clean, whatever's nice, whatever is gonna make me smell better and look better and move faster and be stronger. Whatever.
Yeah, you're at the point of the career now where you're buying the nice Gucci shit to walk out all clean as fuck, all dripped out.
I mean,
I don't blame you.
The boxing show we be doing my fits be dope.
They do.
They be dope.
All right, so
I
you're
always
taking
do
Chandler.
that.
What about
I've
you,
been
Bags?
doing that.
I'm taking Pimblett.
Wait, sorry. Oh, you're taking Pimblett. Damn.
Yeah, I'm taking Patty. I think Patty's
Patty's probably gonna do
Top.
it, man.
He doesn't get the credit he
five that
deserves.
division. Honestly, I think.
But people have said they've seen him get hit.
Oh, he does.
No, I mean,
He
yeah,
gets hit
dude,
in his
Chandler's
fight.
got fucking cannon on him. You know what I mean? Like,
So, that sounded crazy. Pause. But
Well, if you guys remember, like his first, I believe it was his UFC debut. He was high up on Cage Warrior circuit. Comes over to UFC. He fought a dude named Luigi. I can't remember if it was his first or second fight, but Luigi tagged the fuck out of him, like with a shot that should have put anyone down. Like made his whole body contort and twist. Dude popped right up like nothing happened. Beat the shit out of him. You know, like Patty is being slept on. Well, no, not according to the odds. I cannot.
Look, Vegas.
I have to go
Vegas
Chandler.
knows shit that the average fan doesn't. I was not a Patty fan for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Then he won
That's
the
the
last couple of
co-main
fights, and I'm
event?
like, all right, he's legit.
Yeah, it's co-main. Yeah, I agree, Bags. He's legit.
it's crazy that Patty and Chandler are the co-main event.
I don't think so. I think that's a fucking banger. Because, like, I didn't expect them to announce that whatsoever. Like, to finally
I'm saying,
feed Patty
they
to
could
the
be
wolves.
like a main event. They could be a main event.
Yeah, they could have sold out an arena, like, in UK.
They getting
Or
a
down in
pay-per-view
Tennessee or something.
point.
Go back to Nashville.
Dang.
But yeah, I'll take Chandler. I just feel like Chandler's going to chin him at some point. But I will not be surprised if Patty pops up and outlasts him and finishes him. If he does, you have a new star on your hands. So it's a win-win for the UFC.
Yo, me
Chandler
and Josh-
rebounds and
me
he's
and
right
Josh
back.
was at a club before we get to the main event. Me and Josh was at a club in London.
Yeah,
Or
tell us.
Yeah, I think it was in London, and we let out, and they couldn't, like, with the bottles in London, it's chained to the table. Like, you can't pick up the bottle because people throwing bottles and cutting people up with the bottles over there in London. And I went outside, and you know, when me and my wife, when we drink sometimes, like her especially, she can get pretty spicy on some drinks and just starts yelling at me and stuff and making me feel some type of way. So we went out after the club, and I got into an argument with like 5 or 6 girls from London, and I was yelling at them, and they were so surprised that I was saying some of this stuff, and I was like, you know, because they were trying to butt in, and I was like, you don't know what she's doing to me, how she's treated me. And Josh just acted like he didn't even see any of it. And he's like, oh, I got to go, man. He got in the cab and left. He was so embarrassed by my argument. But this is the type of shit he instigates all the time out of me. So I'm not sure how I'm supposed to feel. That was my London story with Ice
Hang on. You saying I instigate this shit?
You're an enabler.
That's kind of what you
Here's
do,
the best
John.
part of this story. I didn't see any of it. And then Mike got in his feels thinking I saw it and got in a cab because
No,
of it.
he
But I
totally
didn't
saw
see-
it, bro. He's
I
capping,
didn't
bro.
I didn't see or hear.
There's no
any
way
of it.
you didn't hear
Any of it.
me yelling and
No,
go,
I didn't
what
fucking
is
see or
that?
hear any
And be
of
like,
it.
oh, I'm so embarrassed. I'm just going to call my car and get the fuck out of here.
Hell no. If I thought you were getting in something, I'd stand right behind you. Even if it was you arguing with 6 British chicks.
Yeah, Mike, you probably like overestimating how you were acting. You got control of yourself, bro. You're probably like, excuse me, ladies.
Thanks,
Like,
man. I appreciate that.
And you think that you're all screaming? You're like, ladies, listen.
I
need to
think
be
the chat
stern."
knows. I think the chat knows what's up. I've got videos of me on those nights that weren't. Those videos were seen. A lot of people saw those videos. They're not happy with me. Those nights happen.
Well, you proved them wrong, Mike. You're killing it.
Day by day. All right, main event, UFC 314, Miami. We're going to be there, baby. The main event is Diego Lopez versus Volkanovski. Holy cow. We haven't seen Volkanovski do too hot in his last two or two. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, his last two.
And
It
they
was
were
ju- I mean, it
against
was just-
Islam
it was just
Makhachev and
Islam
Ilia
and Ilia.
Topuria.
You know what I don't want to see? I don't want to see Islam focused on the videos that are going to come out this week. I don't want to see him showing up as the old man sleeping at the press conference, making jokes. I want to see him like he's got some fire under his ass and he's got this young bull that he's facing on Saturday in Diego Lopez, who's super humble, super like nice, and he fights like crazy. He's there for the action. So if we could see the Volk that faced Islam the first time, I wonder what we'll see.
I agree. I got a question for you, Mike, because you brought that up. Do you feel like even at the press conference, right? Like, did you ever see? I mean, all the greats, really, right? Everybody takes this shit very seriously at the press conferences, or they're fucking talking shit. But nobody ever. I don't see people get like so relaxed and dress up like old men. That was kind of an odd thing to me. Do you feel like you have to be in fight mode at the press conference, kind of all week, ready to go and be fired up, amped up?
It's hard because you can be ready for everything, and then something still happens that you weren't expecting, and you were like, you told yourself, I'm going to be ready for the things I even don't expect, and when they do happen, I'm going to try to deal with it casually or like cool, or just got to keep my cool. But I think back in history and I'm like, times when people were not too serious on fight week, or they try to go viral with something silly, or they keep it goofy. And a lot of fighters do well when they're playful, but like not too playful. You can't be too relaxed. You gotta give in to that nervous feeling because you don't get to feel that all the time. You should let that fear fire you up and really be afraid and really be like dangerous to approach. And I just feel like if you look at history, when the guys were more, depending on what they said, if you heard them say something, it's easy to say after the fact that you're like, oh, when he said that thing, it sounded like he was going to lose then. But it's like, sometimes you can see it. You can see it leading the way. And that's why I say, like, I bring up Diego, how you don't see clips out of him saying derogatory stuff or crazy things. Like, he doesn't say much at all. He just goes through the motions, and then when he shows up, it's fight time. Like, he's screaming in your face, but he's not saying nothing. So, it's an interesting character to be up against, and Volk has obviously showed us his talents facing Islam the first time and giving him hell, and beating Max Holloway 3 times before we seen Max stumble. So, it depends on if the old guy who dressed up like the old guy has that fire and he comes back and teaches the young Diego a lesson, or does Diego already know what he's doing, where he's going, and it's inevitable he's going to get that title on Saturday?
What do you think?
I think Diego.
Interesting.
I mean, it's interesting, but it's not, right? Like, Volk's been fucking checked twice in a row, even though it was against greats. Talking about Islam.
Like 2 top
and
3
then-
pound for pounds, yeah.
Yeah, dude. You tell me who's going to beat Islam right now outside of maybe Ilia moving up.
That's
I don't know that there's anybody in that division that can. To be
That's an
honest.
interesting
Or
one.
welterweight, yeah.
to be honest. Yeah. Even if he were to, right? Like, Volk took it on short notice, a week out of shape, a weight class up, and hung with him. You know what I mean? Got chin checked.
It
Almost
was
won the
close.
first
He
one.
had nothing to lose.
I agree.
But then
I
they
agree
go back
100%.
for the rematch, and Islam was like, "Fuck this!
Yeah,
Watch
But
this."
I agree 100%. But then he goes into the Ilya fight, right? And Ilya at that time was, I mean, I don't want to say he's peaking, but he's got to be peaking. Like, how much better can you get right now than what Ilya has been on, right? And that's why he said, I'm leaving the 145 division, right? Is because who can fuck with me there? And he's not wrong. He's not wrong. Ilya, if it was Ilya and Diego, I would have Ilya at a fucking 20-1 favorite. Ilya would run through fucking Diego.
Yeah, that would be bad.
That's the difference, right? So now you say, okay, Volk's been chin checked twice in a row. The only question in my mind of him not winning that fight is if he's just chinny at this point, which a lot of guys get. You know, when you start to get knocked out, it becomes a little easier to get knocked out. Other than that, I think fucking Volk runs through Diego.
Well, you know that stat that I believe it was like Luke Thomas that scraped up one time like a year ago. Title fights with guys over the age of 35, like so 35 or older, are like 30 or 1 in 37 or something. Like there's something about 35 in the UFC specifically. And again, I'm not being all like
Dan Henderson was 47 as champion.
The
No,
average
he
age
lost.
in the
He
heavyweight
lost.
division
He
is
lost.
37 years old.
Anderson Silva was old as a champion.
nope, not past 35.
Really?
Yeah, it's like
I'm pretty sure the average age.
Who's
in
the one
heavyweight
guy then?
division
John
alone-
Jones?
Heavyweight division alone is like 37.
Yeah, I think it's John Jones is the only guy with like, that's over 35 and has a title defense. I can try to dig that one up again, but
Can't
it's
be
a really
true. George St. Pierre.
he
Matt
was not over
Hughes.
35.
Back in the day, Matt Hughes, they were
Nope.
over.
Nope, they weren't.
George St. Pierre was champion. He became champion on Michael Bisping, and he was
I know
like
at middleweight at
37
UFC
years old.
217. I'll never forget because also Joanna got knocked out. But watch, peep this. Let me see here. So that would have been in like 2017 or 18. Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see.
The average age of a UFC heavyweight champion is around 33.
Yes, but
It's a
heavyweight's
champion.
different.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. It definitely goes down as they get smaller.
Yeah. How old is GSP at UFC 217? Because he was probably like 34. He was 36. Okay, he was 36. So there's one. So two. There's maybe two now because John Jones.
Got them doubters, mate. Got them doubters. What now?
What about DC?
DC. Fuck.
DC too. Yup. Look.
Yeah, but dude, that was. He hasn't fought in a long time, man.
Huh. I mean, I was watching. I can't lie, man. Watching Conor McGregor go from 145, and then he fought Eddie Alvarez at 55, and he just cleaned his clock. I mean, he looked so much taller, and he was slim. Like me and my wife were talking about last night, me getting in shape, and like when I be looking slim, I've been looking more dad bod lately.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about. Don't misconstrue that we wasn't talking about that other thing. But anyways.
Okay, DC might be a third. So, but it's crazy because
He
it's
killed
still
Tyson,
it's
though.
still like 3 to like 40.
Bilal
Like,
Muhammad.
no, he's 30. He's our age, mine and Mike's age.
And fuck you.
Fuck you. That wasn't a shot at you.
No, it clearly was.
No,
Shout
me
out
and him
to
are the
Bilal.
same age.
Shout
If
out
I was
to
like,
Bilal.
oh, he's more towards me and Mike, and I'm like 22. No.
Bilal's 36, homeboy. And he's a champ.
He probably just turned 36. Okay, I gotta find this again. I said it was like from a year
Call
ago.
in, man. We got anybody famous in the chat, man? Send them the link. Tell them join up. We talk some shit real quick. Nobody famous in the chat?
Everyone's getting ready for the basketball game.
Oh, word. What time? It's 4:00. What time that shit start?
Shit, not till 8:50 Eastern.
They don't tailgate like in football?
Nah,
Okay.
unless you're at the game.
Hey, what's up, dude? You want to say
Where
hi?
is the national championship? Then? Is it?
Here, you have a question, Mike.
Here you go, Mike. Here's your question.
Mike, you got a question right here on screen.
Oh. Ow.
He says he wants to be Rob Perez's mascot. Good job, mister.
The little wolf boy. What's up, man? Shout out to the dog
All right.
owners, man.
I got a question here. Well, hang on. Garrett, can y'all pull up the Colby PI video? I don't know if y'all have seen this shit. It's fun.
Is it new?
Yeah, I think it's fairly recent. So I want to know what's the most embarrassing PI exchange here between the first one was Jamal Hill and Alex Pereira, which was fucking hilarious. But I think this might even be funnier.
You saw who's down there? The ungrateful motherfucker who we used to feed. I think we should just go fucking train around him, actually.
Well, then why you keep walking the stairs?
All right, pause that. I want to say this. You're going to pull it right back up.
He looks scared whenever he
Watch
walks
this
around.
motherfucker turn the corner, recognize who's in there, turn back around, and look at that scared ass face when he turns back at the camera going up the steps. He goes up about 6 more steps and talks shit. Oh, that is a scared fucking face there, boy.
That looks like woo, like when you almost get hit by a car because you weren't looking.
Oh, look at that! Look at that, son.
You didn't look both ways, and that fucking Uber went
Son, look at
screaming by
that.
you.
Bro, if I was Kobe, I'd be waiting to catch a case, bro. Like, if someone's gonna fight me, like, let's fight, bitch. I'm gonna hold you till the police get here, and then I'm suing you. He attacked me.
At the PI, bro. I mean, that motherfucker looked and saw him. But there's probably 20 people in there training. He saw him, turned right around, gave that face, walked up about 6 steps, and says, "Oh, we ought to just go train around him." Man,
I left
get
my
the
oven
fuck
on.
out of here, Colby. All right, which one's more embarrassing? I think it's actually, I don't know, man. The Jamal Hill and Alex, where Jamal rolls up on him and Alex just fucking throws the gloves on the ground and says, "Get in the cage." That's
Well,
pretty
at least
fucking
he's
bad.
talked shit to his face. You know, I don't know if it's you
Right.
get more points for starting shit and then backing out, or if you get less points for just completely oh shit and walking out. I think you got to give Jamal more points on that.
More
Yeah.
embarrassing to me.
Yeah.
What you think, Mike?
I'm putting them gloves on, man.
And who was it? It was Themba? Yeah. I don't know what the beef is there, but damn, that was funny.
Let me see. Who was it?
It was
What else
Themba.
is popping, man? What else is popping? We talked about 314. What else we got? Predictions, breakdowns. We got that. Oh, Marab versus Sean O'Malley too. Marab was friend of the show.
Yeah.
Shout out Marab. What a guy. I saw him make a video with he been doing videos of Sean Strickland. He's like, stop this. He's like, I need you to be assholes so I can fight you. I can be mean to you. Because they're being nice. Tim Welch and Sean O'Malley are taking a different approach towards Marab. They're gonna kill him with kindness.
Yeah.
They're interesting, bro. The way that they're always doing shit a little bit different. Like they kind of just come up with their own shit, man. Like when Matt Serra was talking about how they were, you gotta go, Aldo. Like, dude, fuck it, get dirty. And it was funny reading the comment section of that on the IG because people are agreeing with Mike, people are agreeing with. But it is interesting. But I think Marab, the same thing's gonna happen. Sean always has a chance to hit him, but Marab's gonna do the same thing.
I hate the rematch, to be honest.
I don't really love it.
Why?
I'm okay with it because what else? Like, what else are you gonna do?
Hold on. Sean did land a good body kick in the 5th.
Well, I would certainly hope so. 25 minutes into a professional championship fight, you land a fucking shot. But that's my point. Like,
You
he's always got a chance.
non-fighting asses
No.
talking that shit. You guys are out of your mind.
No,
The
I'm talking
fact
about
that he went
statistics.
25 minutes and landed a good strike. What's the word I'm looking for? You blowing my mind right now.
Body
Fucking-
kick,
I
but you
wouldn't
can't
even-
say,
look,
"Oh, well, dude, proud of my
Consecutive,
guys
not
losing the World
consecutive.
Series, but I got a
Not
hit."
consecutive. What
You're
do they?
supposed to.
They label strikes as, strikes thrown.
Significant.
Significant. Jeez, I'm saying consecutive. I could not think of the damn word, dude.
That's applicable too. But yeah,
Oh,
significant strike.
Hey, look, I would have just eaten that leg kick and just kept going, just like Marab did.
Shout out probation, man. I'm about to get off and have a good time.
Shout out probation.
I'm about to get off probation this week and have a good time.
Yo, did you guys see?
Responsibly, of course.
Did you guys see Aaron Pico? They got him too. He's
They
fighting.
got him in a Pico case.
You mean Rico case? No, Aaron Pico's fighting. Fuck, I don't remember. It's a good ass fight, but Aaron Pico's finally coming to UFC. That's kind of big news. He's like, if you guys don't know who Aaron Pico is, he's like the first Bo Nickel who came up through Bellator, I guess. We got a question from Gary here. How many different languages are you looking for to make for overdogs? Let's jump that one to you, Bags.
So we've got
Russian.
We got us three doing English. We've got Yoel Romero doing Spanish.
Mhm.
We've got Renato Moicano and Parumpa just launching the Brazilian page, Portuguese. And then we're looking at maybe a Russian right now. But look, I don't mind, dude. If we go 20 languages,
I think we
go
need
20
a
languages,
French broadcaster just
do
to
the
hear
French
them.
people fight.
I want to hear the French people talk.
The French people fight.
Yeah, Cyril
French
Gahn
people are
and
sick
ODP.
bastards, bro. When it comes to the scrapping, they get down, man.
There's a couple of
Really?
them. Yeah, there's a couple.
Isn't
Hey,
Francis like?
Well,
I
he's
guess he's
Cameroonian,
African,
but yeah, he
but,
fights
like-
out of France. Yes. And then that up and comer we just saw fight the other day. He fights out of France too. But hey, shout out Matt Powers. He dropped you a tip, Mike. Thanks for briefing shutting Rockhold's briefly shutting Rockhold's big mouth with a tooth.
Words are
emoji.
hard, bro.
There's a
Words
nice
are
little
hard,
tip.
man.
Matt Powers, you're the man. Yeah, Cedric Doumbé with PFL. He is a fucking huge French fighter that a lot of people think the UFC should not have.
Did PFL really offer John Jones
50
$50
mil?
million to fight Francis Ngannou?
No, they might have. I know. Where
I'm
would
gonna
they
say
get
no.
that? You got to
Look, I
go
mean,
get
look,
refunds from all your past
buddy.
champions.
Buddy, you could go. No, hang on. I could go get 50 mil if somebody wanted to put on fucking John and Francis. Like, you could go find the fucking money for it, and I think it would be there.
Well, why don't we
But-
do it in dirty boxing? What are you doing?
Oh fuck it, yeah, let's do it, Mike. Hey,
Fuck
Mike.
it.
So let's do this. Dirty boxing. One of John and Francis. Purse 50 mil. Let's talk about it after the show when we get off air.
That's only one purse, though. That's the thing. PFL offered John 50. I don't think it's real. It's not real. It can't be.
I don't.
No.
All right, let's talk about what's real and what's not real. Is GFL
Bro-
gonna fucking go off or no?
No.
You
If
don't
they
think
have
they
one
fight?
card, I'll be surprised.
Floyd Mayweather got 50 Rolls Royces. Like,
It's
what the
Floyd
fuck am I
Mayweather, though.
doing wrong in my life, man?
Yeah. Not being Floyd Mayweather, dumbass.
Bro
Not being
got 50
49 and
Rolls
0.
Royces.
You should have been Floyd Mayweather. Ever think about that?
You should have just been him, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was been
man.
Floyd.
I just need one boat. That's all I need.
You went from 50 Rolls. Bro, you an easy negotiator. That's why you don't have 50 Rolls Royces. You went from 50 Rolls Royces to one boat in 2 seconds. You're not negotiating your shit hard enough.
No, I feel you, man. I gotta work on it.
All right, so but like for real, is GFL gonna get a fucking fight off? If not, it's the most expensive fucking advertising campaign in history for a bunch of guys that might not ever fight again.
Dylan Dan is fighting Tony Ferguson for.
Right.
I wonder how much Dylan's getting paid, man, because that the matchmaker for Misfits. I was gonna try to pick up that fight. Would have been
They
April
called you a
18th.
liar. They called you a
And
liar.
Dylan Dennis, and they said that who called me a liar?
On Twitter, they called you a
Fucking
liar.
the guys from Misfits.
How?
I'll go look it up.
Bro,
I'll read it
Mams,
to you.
Mams literally said there wasn't even an offer on the table because you were too expensive.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
yeah.
my point. So my manager told Mams, we're looking for this. And Mams said, oh, we're way off. I guess there was no offer. So I'm like, so what? How much are they even talking about? No one made me an offer. No one gave me the amount of money that they wanted me to take it for.
All right.
And how much is Dylan? Dylan, what? Dylan gets more because he's got 2 million followers?
Bro, but remember this, and I'm not trying to start beef with anybody, any promotion. I don't know Mams.
No,
but I've
fuck
heard good
that.
things about Mams, Misfits. I've heard good things
Yeah,
about
no,
them.
for
I don't know.
sure.
But with that said, when I was with you in Manchester, you were the backup fighter for Dylan Dennis versus Logan Paul. And I walked into the fucking that morning, bro. I walked in to have breakfast with you, and you were like, I'm fighting tonight. I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? You're like, I'm fighting tonight. You like, they're trying to get me against who is the fucking dumbass from Love Island that keeps yapping online?
Yeah, they were gonna give me $100 grand to fight the 12-0 boxer
100
from
grand.
Love Island, and I said
100
okay
grand.
because I just wanted to shut them up. I was there for a fight. I said let's do it, and then they came back and said no, we can't do it because we need you here tonight. If Dylan's not gonna come to the locker room, and then we go in the locker room, and then Dylan comes to the locker room, and I mean I shouldn't have let him. I shouldn't have left. I should have stayed in the locker room and said, we're going to share this motherfucker together. But, like, I just felt like after all the shit he said about Logan and his girl and all that stuff, I was like, I'm really not trying to be involved in that. I feel like if he's going to get in there and fight Logan, Logan wants to punch him. So, I'll take my $50K. They gave me $50K to be there, but y'all talking low? To get me to fight against Dylan Dennis? No one. Okay, they said they called me a liar because no offer was made. That's why I said the offer was low. You didn't even make one. My people said we're here. They said that's too much, and that was it. Kind of negotiating is that? Fuck out of here. Nobody made me a fucking offer. I'd have did that shit. I'll still do that shit. April 18th ain't here yet.
My favorite thing is my dog's just watching you rant and got behind the bed. He's all pumped. He's all, fuck yeah, tell him, Mike.
Yeah, dude, I told you as soon as you said that, I said, you are not fucking fighting Idris for $100,000 on the fucking undercard of this fight. No way. No way.
That's who. This one guy who's he's a boxer over there in England. He's like, oh, tell Misfits I'll fight Perry for free and you can give him my purse and this and that. And I'm like, dude, why would I fight you and you want to fight for free?
And what's your purse?
Right. Well, how much would your purse be that I would get? 12 grand? I'm good. I put more into it than that. I've got 30 professional fights. And nobody ever did shit to me in the streets. I'm going to be in these streets this weekend. Y'all lucky my wife protecting everybody by keeping me in the house all the time. Because if I was out here in these streets like I used to be, I'd be running rampant.
Oh, shit. All right, hey, I got to ask a question. Gary, can you find me?
Hey, make sure y'all like and subscribe. Go to Overdogs Podcast. Go to Dirty Boxing YouTube channels. Subscribe. Keep up with us for future events, man. Make sure y'all keep up with us. We trying to do new things and keep it fresh for y'all. And, I'm trying to have a good time with stuff. And eventually I'll punch somebody for you. Thanks. Garrett, do what now? Oh, you sick bastard. You sick bastard. Oh, it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm drunk with my wife and it's about to go up to my hotel room and someone's cursing me out. Why? I don't know.
Were they cursing you out?
But they were backing up the whole time. I don't know why you're being an asshole. What are you talking about, bro? Oh, man. Well,
Any comments, Mac?
I was gonna tell Mike that the Tigers are actually good this year. They're first in their
Detroit's
division.
always good at baseball, man.
What?
Detroit
No,
always good
my
at
man.
baseball.
My man, you guys
Detroit
have been
Tigers
on
won
the
the
struggle
World Series
bus.
like 8 years ago. What are you talking about?
My man, that I think was the Netflix documentary Tiger King.
Detroit Tigers won the World Championship, the World Series like 8 years ago.
That was a good one, man. That was a good one. No,
Bitch,
I
don't be.
no.
Listen, go back to New Mexico because
We don't have a baseball team, bro.
how y'all cold and the desert? How does that
Bro,
make sense? At
built
least
different.
Michigan has lakes,
That's
and
fair.
the NFL, the Lions been like, never good. But like we've always, everybody in America kind of roots for the Lions every year just because they Detroit. And then we got the Red Wings and we got the Tigers, baby. We got baseball and hockey and Applegates and Chevrolet, bitch.
Hey, bitch, they have not made the playoffs. You were right. 10 years ago, they made the playoffs.
No,
Hey,
they
World-
won the World Series.
My man,
Tigers won the World Series.
I promise you, on God, they did not. They lost to Kansas. Kansas fucked them up.
World Series.
Let me
The
see.
Detroit Tigers have won the World Series in 1935,
1935. He put Siri on there.
Ah, you finally got me wrong, bitch. I thought they won.
No, man, they're like the
did in
Lions, bro.
1935.
I thought the Detroit Tigers were actually kind of good.
No, they're good this year. They're actually good. They're beating the Yankees right now. Like, dude, they're fucking good this year. Like, Detroit and the White Sox look good for the first time in
Okay,
years.
I was wrong about that one, but
Hey, shout out Detroit, though. I mean, like, they're
2
cool.
for 1, 2 for 1.
Take what you can get, right?
Oh, I'm glad that video's not coming up. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for doing Overdogs live with us today. We had a great time hanging out with you. I hurt my ankle doing the backflip. I did that for you. So make sure if you got a problem, you see me at an event and you let me know to my face. I'd be happy to set the record straight for you.
He's asking for it, dude.
I'd be happy to set it straight for you. Please come say hello, and I'd love to meet you.
Someone's gonna dap him up and be like, "Why are your hands wrapped, dude?"
You just shout out probation. Is probation over before Saturday?
Shout out probation. If
Hopefully.
anyone wants to come see me,
I hope the damn probation.
It's up in the air
Probation
right now,
is
actually, to
good.
be honest with you. It's up in the air right now. I finished all my stuff, and I am supposed to be being released.
Oh, here we go.
Goodbye. See ya.
All right, see you. Cut it off. He
I've
don't
been
want it.
drunk before.
He don't want it. Cut it off.
Fuck out of here with that bullshit.
All
Yeah.
right, we signed off.
I'm
Mike
gonna
is
go
out.
read a book.
Mike's going
Yo,
to read
maybe-
his books. Harry Potter. He's going to read the whole Harry Potter series before the fight on Saturday.
maybe this is something we could do more often, where we do a live one where we kind
I
of
like
get
it.
people used to the chat, and then
I
we
like
also
it.
do our regular pre-recorded podcast like always. We can
Yeah.
just sit here and break down fight cards and just kick it with the chat. When we start talking to them a little bit more, it rolls in. But Marty, Matt Powers, Pajman, Cedric, all the homies that hopped in here for the first one, appreciate you guys. We did this on a limb. Ryan, shout out to you.
Y'all gotta show me how to open the chat while I'm also in the
I'll show you,
Riverside.
or I can cover
Show
it.
me later. But
Hell yeah.
All right.
off
boys-
you said off a limb? or off a
He
whim.
did, he did say off a limb. I was gonna say the same
Did I really?
shit, but I was gonna let it slide.
Well, thanks, Mike. Thanks. He had to bring it back. Hey, man, that's close enough. And off a limb, fuck it. We're watching basketball tonight, so.
Off some phlegm.
Off
Off a
some
trim.
phlegm. All right, boys.
Caught some brim.
Yeah. Go
right,
rap
boys.
with Lil Kim.
Jesus
Hey,
died
see
for
y'all
our
later.
sins.
See you guys.
See y'all
Jesus
later.
died for our sins. Oh my God.
Is that how
Y'all
Bags
later.
waves? Peace.
See y'all later.
All right, dude. We should really do more of these later, boys.